In this video, I wanted to introduce you to the How It Works page for the upcoming Fit starter site. The default look is going to be what you see here on the screen, which is the dark mode look. And as we've seen throughout these video intros for these different templates, the site's going to be using this color gradient throughout, left to right color there on the subheading and on the button. We're starting off with the default dark background color that's throughout the site, and then an alternating lighter dark background as we move down through these alternating sections. You'll notice a little bit of scroll animation here on the left, and the purpose of that specifically is to allow the text step one and get started and the other text to be visible on the initial load, because without that you just have this huge space right here in this area at the top, and it just it looks funky. So as you scroll down, it's going to align to the center of the image over on the right. The image on the right is a device mockup that is done with a browser extension called Hoverify. And if you are a club member, you can get a deal through the club for that. I use it literally every day. I can show you it really quick here. It's just, if I click on it up there in my browser toolbar, it's going to pull up the options to inspect the page. So it's all the CSS, font sizes, things of that nature. Color dropper to get the colors off of a page, assets. It's going to let you locate or identify and actually grab too all of the assets that are on the page, like images and icons and stuff. Responsive is what I use for these images, so you can just pick any device you want to use to grab your screenshot and use that. What else is on here? Let's go back here. Debug is going to give you all kinds of information about your site. Clear the cache, meta tags, links, spell check, all kinds of stuff. Built with is going to give you a rundown that you figure out what people are using for their hosting, DNS, plugins, things of that nature. And then capture is going to allow you to do all kinds of different types of screenshots, even like a full page where it's going to run through the whole page and just capture the whole thing. So very, very powerful tool. Like I said, I use it literally every day for work. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on down through here. A lot of it's the same once you see the top sections and the get started section here. A lot of it's the same. It's just alternating with the different screenshots. One special mention is the claim listings. If we click that, we're going to get a pop-up here, and you can search for listings right from there. Moving on down, this add listing button actually takes you to the add listings section of the get started page. But as you're going to see as I go along here, there's other ways that you can do this. It just depends on what you want to do there. You'll see that here in a second. Another special thing is the reach out. It's going to pull up a pop-up with a form. Let's see what else. Here's what I was talking about. So there's another section for adding listings, which is step 8. So they can add you're just kind of prompting them to do additional listings. So that's why this section is in there in addition to this one. So step 4 is you're actually going to add listings like your first one, and then you're going to come down to step 8 and you're going to add more after you go through the whole process of that first listing. Okay, and then you're going to reach further, whether it's Google reviews, product stores, promoted listings, and all that. So this links to that page and walks them through that, which is the get started page. Okay, I think that is all I need to cover in this. As with all of the templates that I do, I take a lot of time to make sure these are mobile responsive. So we can see that here. Looks great on mobile, whether on laptops and tablets, whatever you're looking at. As always, if you find an issue and even if you haven't bought a starter site and you just notice something and you're kind enough to point it out, then I will address it. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for the dark one. I also created a light mode version for a lot of the things that I'm doing throughout the starter site, whether it's CSS packages or templates. I'm giving people a dark mode and a light mode option in a lot of cases. Same thing. It's the spacing is a little different because when you have light mode without those alternating sections, the spacing needs to be adjusted a little bit. Another thing to note is these images. I started going through and adjusting all of the images, and then I thought, well, this light mode isn't even going to be visible on the live starter site. But if you get this template, you're gonna replace the images anyway. So I just kind of stopped. So if you're wondering why they look kind of funky, they're just kind of placeholders there. But everything else is the same. just adjusted for light mode. So this like have question section is adjusted. It looks a little different. But again, everything is mobile responsive. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm off to create the next page and be wrapping up this starter site here in the next few days, hopefully. All right. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned.